So it's no secret at this point that I absolutely love GoPros. Last year we took a look at this GoPro HERO10 Black, pretty close to launch day, and this was the generation where certain pieces of the GoPro started doing more. We moved from the grayscale screen to a color preview window on the front, 5K video capability, better low light, better dynamic range, and all the good stuff. So it's that time of year again. Today we're going to be taking a look at the GoPro HERO10 Black. Right here we have the HERO10 Black special bundle, just like we had for the HERO9 last year. There's some things on this camera that I'm actually very excited for. If you take a look at the bottom of the case right here, we've got 23 megapixel still capability. We can now do 5.3K video at 60 frames per second, along with 4K video at 120 frames per second. That's something I've been wanting in a GoPro for a really long time, and they've been stuck at 60, I believe since the 7. I think the 7 is what started 4K 60. I could be wrong though. We've got the same 33-foot waterproofing without a case as we've had ever since the HERO5 came out, but now they've got their own processor. So this is running the GP2 processor, which is pretty cool. Basically what that means is GoPro designed their own silicon for this camera, kind of like Apple does with the iPhones and the Macs. And what that theoretically means is that it'll be better in low light because it can do more algorithmic processing on the image, along with not producing as much heat and also making your battery last longer. Over on the side of the box here, we have some more specs. I'm not going to bother going through and reading all of them, except this Hypersmooth 4.0. They've been giving us a new version with pretty much, actually, yeah, with every single GoPro release, starting with the 7, there's been a new version of Hypersmooth. Going on to the other side, this is what's included here. So it's finally time to go ahead and pull the tab at the bottom of the box and take a look at the actual camera. So just like the HERO9 last year, it comes in its own little case, which is actually a really nice touch. And check that out. It's packaged pretty much exactly the same as the HERO9 was. So here's the camera right here. We'll go ahead and take that out first. We'll take a closer look at it in a second. Let's take a look at the accessories that they include here. So down here, it looks like we have a little tripod. So this is different than the HERO9. The HERO9 actually came with a much bigger floating handle, but now they include this little tripod, which is actually really nice. So the tripod's not really all that good in terms of quality, but I mean, you know, it's included. It's included. You can actually stand it up regardless of how low you have the extension pulled out. So yeah, you got some variation here. Not a super bad accessory. I don't mind having this at all. Over here we have our quick release buckles as usual. They always give you 2 of these. We have the taller one and your standard one right here. Of course, we also have the thumb screws for those quick release buckles and the curved sticky mount. Back in the day, they actually used to give you 2 of these. They used to give you a curved one along with a flat one, but now they only give you the curved one, which is kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. We also have the same clip that we had from last year. This is magnetic, and it's also a very stout spring in there. This will grip on to whatever you clip it to and not let go. And it's of course got the quick release mount up here that you can slide these buckles into. We have our batteries. This is basically the reason you want to get the special bundle, is because they give you 2 batteries instead of just 1. These, from what I heard, are the exact same batteries that the HERO9 uses. We'll test that out in just a little bit here. Now let's go ahead and take a closer look at the actual camera. Here it is, guys, the GoPro HERO10 Black. Let's go ahead and pull the paper surrounding off of it here. And now the plastic. And there we go, guys. And now we can see the actual camera, and the first thing I'm noticing is that they changed the GoPro logo and the number on the side to blue. Comparing that with the 9, I don't know. To me, honestly, the blue kind of makes it feel and look a little bit cheaper. I don't know why, but that's just my opinion. Other than that, though, it's pretty much the exact same camera all around. Same size, same footprint, same mic on the front. You can still take the lens off, which is really nice. And unfortunately, we still have the battery bay SD slot and USB-C port under the same door. Comparing that with the HERO7, this was actually the last camera to do this. There's two doors. You have the one on the side right here, and under there is your USB-C and actually a built-in micro HDMI port. The new ones don't even have a micro HDMI port built in, which is a big shame. And on the door on the bottom of the HERO7 Black, you have your battery along with your SD slot. I understand that having one door probably helps with waterproofing, but this was so much more user-friendly to not have to have your battery door wide open, and I have actually had batteries fall out of GoPros while trying to use them while charging, so having two separate doors was for sure the way to go, and the HERO7 Black was the last one to do that. Really quick before we continue, big shout out to Foxton for actually letting me borrow his GoPro HERO7 Black. I never had one of these. I went straight from the HERO4 to the HERO8, so shout out to him for letting me use this for a little demonstration here. Before we start up the HERO10 for the first time, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this battery out of the HERO9, and yeah, they're the exact same battery, which is good because if you already had a HERO9, you can actually continue using the batteries that you already had in your new GoPro, which I will absolutely be doing. So here it is, guys, the HERO10 Black. We're gonna finally go ahead and put a battery in it and fire it up for the first time. There it is, GoPro 10 Black, it says on the front screen there. And we're gonna go ahead and get this set up. Language is English, of course. Agree to the whatever. GPS, turn that on for sure. And now we have to pull out a phone. Here we are on the GoPro app right here, guys. We're gonna go ahead and hit the add camera button right at the top, and it should just find it. Yep, there it is, pair camera. And the GoPro says automatically update by connecting to the GoPro Quick app for the date and time. We're gonna have it set that for us. It looks like a camera update is available, but because the camera battery is only at 9%, I highly doubt it's gonna let us actually install that right now. We're gonna go ahead and skip that update for right now. And as you can see, it says your HERO10 is ready. Camera update available. Pause to read that if you want to. We're going to install that later, as I said, though. Here it is right here, guys. As you can see, the default mode that it's in is 4K at 30 frames per second with the wide-angle lens. We're going to go ahead and change my standard preset to 4K at 120 frames per second. Very nice that you're actually able to do that now. There's a couple other things that I usually do on these cameras, so we're going to go down and turn the bitrate up to high. The fact that it isn't on that by default is actually pretty annoying. But as you can see, it says use higher bit rate up to 100 megabits per second for 2.7K and up. So unfortunately, 4K 120 frames a second and 5.3K at 60 frames per second will all be 100 megabits a second, which is actually not that high of a bit rate. It's actually a pretty standard bit rate for normal cameras to shoot at, but being this small, I guess it kind of makes sense. Another thing I like to do is put the color on flat. Not vibrant, flat, there we go, it used to be at the bottom. Every time I shoot a video, I always color grade it, and just having a flat color profile is very helpful for that. We'll also turn the sharpness up to high. I'm noticing for sure that this screen is actually a lot more responsive than it was on the HERO9. The HERO9's touchscreen actually sucked until an update that came out about a month ago that fixed the touchscreen responsiveness, but as you can see, this is a pretty nice responsive touchscreen. Nice and smooth. Of course, we have the nice little preview window on the front screen. You can probably actually see Josiah right there running the B camera. And of course, that Hypersmooth image stabilization, which, yes, is available in 4K at 120 frames per second, which is awesome. The Hypersmooth modes consist of off, standard. Oh man, this is making me eat my words with the responsive touchscreen. Anyway, you've got off, standard, or boost. I would recommend against using boost because you literally don't need it. Alright, the standard Hypersmooth is plenty good, and using the boost just crops in farther on your image so you lose even more area of your image and detail. So standard is where it's at, and pretty much everything else is up to you. I would Always recommend shooting on the high bitrate setting though. There you go guys, that is going to be it for the unboxing of this GoPro Hero 10 Black. Big shout out to Josiah right there for helping me shoot this by running the B camera for these nice close shots like you're seeing right now. I'll leave his links in the description below as I always do when he's in a video with me. Anyway guys, that is going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it.